All right, so I'm here with Lisa. Lisa owns Swirl Boutique. She has a few locations here in San Diego, huge online presence. So tell us all about you.
Well, I started the store in 2006, so a very long time ago. I started really young when I was in my 20s, really naive, really excited, but kind of glad I was naive because I probably wouldn't have done it because as you know, being an entrepreneur, there's so many challenges. It's a lot of fun, but it's a lot of work. It's not a 9 to 5, it's a 24/7. So knowing that now, it's so funny. I don't know that I would have jumped in all feet in, all hands in, but I did. I was so happy that I did because I'm able to grow it to 4 locations and an online store.
I love that. I love that. So you have four locations in San Diego, right?
Yes. Hmm.
Okay, so you have one in San Clemente too, which
We
is
do,
a
yeah.
little like South OC a little bit.
Yeah, it's about the most southern OC you can get, but
Okay.
it's still considered Orange County. So
Oh,
that's a
perfect.
fun little beach town too. So they're all kind of fun little beach towns where I have my
I
locations.
love that. Why beach towns?
Because the traffic and it's so fun and you have tourists, you have a mix of locals. It's kind of like a hybrid of both, which I
Yes.
love.
Yeah.
We do have an Encinitas store that is a bit more local driven, which is also fun too. Those are regulars, but I love the hybrid mix. It's such a nice quality of customer that comes into your store and you get to meet people from all walks of life.
I love that. So are you a San Diego girl, beach girl?
I am.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I love the mountains too, though. So don't get me wrong. I mean, I would be fine in the mountains, but I mean, you just can't beat the weather here. It's just amazing.
It's so nice. It's so nice. We love the weather. The last 2 days have been so nice, but we did have like a crazy hurricane.
Right?
Like a natural disaster. I don't know if it was, but it felt like a hurricane.
You know, they say when it rains like on a wedding day, it's supposed to be good luck. So
I
maybe
know.
that's a good luck for your store.
That's what we're thinking. We're trying to stay positive for sure. We'll like go all into that. But yeah, let's tell me about your journey, like how you grew. I feel like you grew so fast too. Like let's hear about that.
Well, props to you first and foremost because you are going at an exponential rate.
Thank you.
It's taken me, a little bit more time to grow my stores, but essentially what I did is, I started one, got the business going, and we had, during the time I opened up my first store, we had a recession. So I don't know if you know or were around and during those times when it was so hard to get business going, but the recession was insane. But what I was able to do was I was able to secure a lease and a great lease in a location that was usually high rent. It wasn't as easy to get into, but because there was a down season and just retail in general, I was able to secure that. So when times were good, I was able to have the 2 locations, and then from there, I opened up Carlsbad, and then our latest store is another location on the coast in Encinitas.
Love that. So two in Encinitas.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Carlsbad and San Clemente.
Yes.
Okay. Amazing. So let's kind of like talk about your strategy for San Diego. Like why so many locations in San Diego? Why so close to each other? What's your strategy with that?
Well, I think there's brand awareness, and when you're looking to build out your community, I think it's good to have multiple locations in the same community because I think it really speaks to the brand. People are like, oh my gosh, I know that brand. We are a San Diego-based brand where that's our HQ is Carlsbad. So it's really easy for us to get customers, but just like customers that live here, sometimes it's harder to make that 45-minute drive. So if you have another brand representation, maybe they've seen you somewhere and they're a local influencer, but if you have a store or location close to them, that you're going to get a whole different clientele.
No, totally. I love that. I love that you're talking about brand awareness. So I'm huge on that. So I think like what is so important for a business is to be everywhere and anywhere. So we go everywhere. Rancher is everywhere. So you'll see us like pop-ups. We have 2 locations in Scottsdale, similar, because I want to create that like that hype in Scottsdale. You want everyone to go there. We do pop-ups in Scottsdale too. Like it's so important for people to see your brand and remember that and associate it with the location they're in.
Yeah, and I would say sometimes when people go to San Clemente, which is so crazy, they might live in Carlsbad, they might live in San Diego, and they're like, you have a location in San Diego? I'm like, yeah, I have it in your backyard. So you'd be surprised, like the people that are actually going even an hour away, maybe they live in the area that there is one, and they find you that way. Yeah, it's so crazy.
It's crazy how big our cities are.
Right.
There's so much out there. There's so many people. So I love your strategy. I love that you're doing that. I think you already are crushing it and taking over San Diego. So you're doing the right thing. So maybe we need to all just like have many locations in the same area.
Right. Let's just be neighbors or do joint stores. I mean, let's go
maybe
for
we
it.
would Encinitas.
Yes.
He'd be so cute, but I think that would be so fun.
Yeah, the Encinitas Coastal Cowgirl would love you and would be there in a heartbeat. So
How
that's
far is
great.
that from PB?
So here it's about 45 minutes, so it's not that far, but again, you're in different neighborhoods too. So
Okay.
people that live up here might not venture to my store in Carlsbad because of the
totally.
commute.
Yeah.
But same thing there. So you guys, if you had another location there, that'd be perfect.
Okay. I love Encinitas. Fun fact, I lived in Coronado for a few months when I was like right after college.
Okay.
And I worked in Encinitas, like loved it. But then I went back home because I turned 21. And I was like, I need to go home. I need to go party with my friends. So influencers. We both really work with influencers a ton. Like we both like use them to collaborate with us. I love influencers. I have friends that are. So what is your strategy with like using influencers to help you grow?
I come at it with a really organic approach. I think the customer is savvy. I think the customer that is online is savvy. I think they know when it's a paid ad or there's these certain deliverables that an
Yes.
influencer has to give the brand in order to make that contract work or get that paid promotion. So my intention is to create community like you. Doing events, inviting influencers in to organically share what they love. And we do a lot of gifting. So, I mean, again, it's not a hard sell when you have a great product. So I feel that's half the battle is you have to have a great product. And of course, they're going to want to, be happy to gift it and share it with their followers. So that's a good strategy. And I had another gal, like one of the Bachelor gals that we work with, gave me a really nice voice note the other day. And she said, I just love how you do things, as it just is so much easier because when I try and work with other brands, they have all these stipulations like you need to post this or in this language. And she's like, it just doesn't ever feel like me.
Yeah.
And you let me be me and share how I want to share.
Yeah,
and
that's so important.
And I think that resonates with the audience.
No, it really does. I mean, each influencer is different for their own creativity and their own uniqueness. Mm-hmm. So why try and like prevent them from doing them? Exactly. I totally agree with that. Yeah, I feel when they just organically do stuff is when we get the most response from it.
Absolutely. Yeah. And they just love it. I mean, again, how cute are the hats? Like everybody wants one anyways.
I know. I love influencers though. I feel like it is such like they have like such a fun job, honestly. I wish I was an influencer sometimes. That sounds so fun to go and do all these cool things, go to fun events. But they just bring such positive energy, and it's such a good way to connect with the community rather than what you're talking about, like paid ads, marketing, like slapping like something in a magazine. Like you get to like create a relationship with them.
Right, and just like you, it's like creating a brand activation where they can come in, be a part of the community, be a part of the brand, actually experience brand messaging firsthand. And if you're not experiencing it firsthand, you can see it on their page and you feel like you're there and you're part of these really fun, cool events.
That's what's cool. That is so true. You literally feel like you're in it. Like when you're watching these ones, like they do crazy ones of Stagecoach. Have you seen all those crazy setups? Yeah. Like when I watch it, I'm like, this is so cool. I feel like I'm there. Right. Like, they do such a good job. And I think it's so important for all businesses to really work with people who are local to you. I mean, we've worked with influencers all over the nation, but I feel like when you work with people in your city, they build such great hype and people to come in. It's amazing.
Absolutely. And you can work with, bigger influencers, but we really find that the micro influencer or the local influencer is really speaking to her community because that's what they're watching her for, whether she's promoting all her favorite things or favorite shopping places or her favorite restaurants. I mean, people really look for her to be like the tastemaker. Yes. So I think that's super important.
So important. Totally agree. Love influencers. Love all you girlies. Keep on coming in. Challenges. What are some challenges you faced? I mean, you've been in business for a long time. 2006. Yeah. So we've been on
all of them. I mean, you can name them. I probably have been through it at this point. Most recently, the pandemic. So that would be something that was a challenge because we had 3 operating stores at that time. Wow. And it was just obviously nobody's shopping in person. Yeah. But I think,
were you selling online?
I was. And so we just got really creative. We got creative with what we were bringing into the store. So we were focusing on lounge, like cute PJs that people can wear. We were doing like gift boxes. We were doing, fun activations, and we were sending people stuff and still having that influencer connection, too, and that community connection. I mean, I was at one point driving stuff to people's houses. I would do like an online pickup and, it's just such a crazy time, but you make it work. And I think you have to be adaptable in business if you're going to be an entrepreneur.
100%.
It's the biggest thing. You have to be able to.
You have to flow with anything.
With anything. You can't be rigid. You have to be able to make decisions based on trends, based off of, like a natural disaster or a pandemic. You really have to kind of see the curve before it becomes the curve and react to it in that way. and be flexible.
That's so true. I mean, we just opened, we signed our lease, first of all, on Friday. And I was like, I'm going to open the store in a week. The girls are like, you're crazy, but let's do it. Like, let's go. So we come here, we're almost done. We have everything all set up. And then it floods. The entire store flooded. It was underwater. We're like, this is insane. It's San Diego. I didn't think it did that.
It doesn't
So-
usually.
So now we're prepared. We have sandbags.
Yeah.
But then we had to like completely flip the store, get everything done, and within 24 hours. Like those things happen that you don't prepare for. You have no idea. You think your store is ready and set up for grand opening, and it floods. That's just like how it goes.
It's daily. That's a daily thing
It's
as an
daily.
entrepreneur. It's
Yeah.
like that's a metaphor for every day because you're literally you wake up, okay, what problems do I have to troubleshoot today?
Yes.
How do I have to get creative? What happened here? Because you can never really plan for it, especially the more stores that you're adding.
Yeah.
It just,
Yeah.
the things that can arise increase as well.
More stores, more problems.
Exactly. Biggie said it best, right?
Seriously. You have to be flexible though. Like you have to just go with it. I feel like just being ready for it too, just being prepared. So I think having a big staff is super helpful. People who can jump in and help is so helpful too. Like, what do you think? Do you have a big staff?
I do, and I'm really collaborative with my staff, and they're kind of like they're girls that are dynamic too because they can really jump into any situation.
Yes.
Like if we're building a podcast, if we're doing an event, if we're prepping for this, so I
They
love
have
people.
to be like flexible,
Right.
a jack of all trades.
Yes,
Yes.
and dynamic, and just also like the passion has to be there for
Yeah.
me too. When I look for a hire,
I agree.
it's not necessarily the experience, but it's more of the personality, and I love a positive attitude because we're just
Yeah.
like let's get things done. And you need that when you're growing and
Yeah.
expanding, and you have to have people that you can, hey, what about this idea? What do you think of this? And I'm really collaborative. I really ask my team, especially my
Mhm.
management staff, I go, what do you think about this? And we
Me
kind of
too.
collaborate and we
I ask
bounce
them
off of
what
each
to
other. Exactly.
We're so collaborative.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's one of the biggest takeaways I have from any staff is, but they have to be engaged too, and they
Yeah.
have to love it as well. And that's really what I look for.
It's really passion. You said it best. They have to be passionate about your brand and love it. I'm so blessed. I feel like all my girls, like we say, they're like ride or dies. Like they're invested.
And I
They
can
came here, they did it.
I can tell when I walked in just the way that they're working and they're here and they're ready to go.
Yes.
I mean, you have a great team, and
I love
that
that.
that's because you're hiring well and they love it here, and you can tell.
Yeah, you have to like find people who flow with you too. And I feel like if they don't vibe with you, you kind of know. Like
Usually
it's
after
not.
that.
Yeah, it's not going to be it. But usually, I mean, we've been so lucky. We've had a couple, but we have been so lucky and had such a great team. But they really help and make the entire company. Like people don't realize like how much there is to do as an entrepreneur.
So
Like
much.
it's all day, every single day. Like we have so much going on. We don't breathe.
no,
like-
no,
Yeah.
you don't breathe. And
You
that's why
slow down.
I go to bed at 8 because I'm like I gotta be prepared for the next day and make
Oh my
sure
gosh,
that
I know.
I'm ready to go, because there's always something, and whether it's a good something, not great something, there's always something that you have to
Do
tackle.
you like the midnight panics?
Sometimes, like the 3 a.m.s when I
Me
wake up.
too.
Yeah, that's the 3 a.m.s when
That's
and I think
my
about,
time.
well, what about this? Or I should have done this, or maybe I forgot
I've
about
noticed
this.
have my 3 a.m. like thoughts. It's great. Like people have
Yeah.
shower thoughts. I have 3 a.m. thoughts. And they're
Yes.
like crazy.
Yeah,
I want to text someone like it's 3 a.m.
right.
Don't text her chat right now. I'm gonna know. And I look over, my husband's snoozing, and I'm like having a panic about something or have an idea. That's just how it goes.
Yes, that's it.
All right, give us some advice.
Ooh, that's a
Give
good
us some
one.
advice on like what do you think about like let's start with fashion trends.
Okay.
Some advice on fashion trends, fashion.
Well, my biggest advice, because I'm in a different, you're a brand obviously, and you're showcasing what you have as a brand. We're a wholesaler too, so we're a retailer, so we
Oh, you
have
wholesale too.
Yeah,
I love that.
we have a really strong retail presence with the different brands, different brand messaging. So my biggest advice, if you're going to be somebody that carries multiple lines,
Yeah.
that's not just your own, is to make sure that they align with you as a partner.
I
I
love
think
that.
that's super important because we've had partnerships that aren't great, we've had partnerships that are amazing, and we always look for partners that are, again, the word of the day, dynamic, because they're gonna, maybe they offer a pop-up, maybe they're gonna do a gifting or a brand education with my staff. So we really look for people that want to partner with us,
Want to be a part of your brand.
right,
Yeah.
holistically. We have to have that holistic kind of stance on it, not just here's your order and then we forget about you and then, hopefully you sold it. That's not what we're looking for. So that's big for me. And as a buyer, what's also big for me is somebody who wants to start their own brand, start their own company, is maybe it's not what you love, and of course you can love it, but look at your demographic. Who are you serving?
Yeah.
What are the needs?
What do they
What
like?
do they like?
Yeah.
You know, and I think that a lot of people make that mistake is they buy for what they would wear, what they would want, and you have to look at your customer and see what she's gravitating towards.
No, totally. Yes, I totally agree with that. Okay, give us some business advice.
Ooh.
You have tons of experience. What's your number one advice?
Hire a CPA. Make sure you do that.
I love that. That's a good one.
And maybe do some legal too if you happen to have a bigger team. Maybe it's something that you want to do and make sure that you have that handbook and things ready to go there.
I have lawyers, CPAs, all on deck, ready to go.
Yeah, and just maybe starting it out that way, and then you know, for business, I think be yourself, be organic.
I love that. Be you.
Be you, and nobody else can be you, and don't try and do what somebody else is doing. It's never going to work the way you think it is.
It's your brand. It's
right.
you.
It's you.
Be authentically you all the time.
Right. And say yes and do things and do pop-ups other places. Maybe don't be afraid of that and realize that success takes time.
Yes.
It's not overnight necessarily, but the work that you put into it is what you're going to get back.
I agree with that. I firmly believe in being a yes person. We are all in our yes girl era right now. We're all saying yes to everything. And I can't believe the opportunities that have come our way from it. It's crazy. You really don't understand the power of yes. Like you say yes to something is this little happy hour and you meet 10 people that you would never have met in so many different connections. Say yes to everything. Love your advice, CPA. Good to CPA. Good over there. For sure. Yes. Let's talk about fashion. This is your niche, right? So let's talk about fashion. What's trending? What do you see right now?
So we're seeing the coastal cowgirl. It's still big. It's still a lot of denim, a lot of fringe. We're seeing that. We're seeing crochet is also really big.
I know, that is huge right now.
Yeah, it's coming into every brand that we see. It's always going to be fun studded denim too. We're seeing a lot of that, like a lot of hardware on your denim.
Cute. I love that. Yeah, it's like a rancher vibe.
Yeah, and buttery yellow is a good color for the season. We're seeing that.
I've seen that. I've seen like a TikTok trend about like stocking their fridge with yellow, and I'm like, what is that about? But I see it now. I'm seeing it everywhere.
Yeah, you're gonna see
PVs everywhere.
It's and again, boots are still big. So I would say your cowboy boots aren't going anywhere. So I'm telling people keep those. You're still wearing them. So yeah, just kind of like some fun trends. I would say those are what we're seeing commonly through. Stripes are big too, so we're seeing a lot of textile and stripes. So that's another thing to look out for.
Okay, I don't know if I can stand behind stripes. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe a small stripe, like something neutral to go back to the hat. So you could probably do it. I will find you the right stripe.
Okay, I'll come shop. You can show me around. I feel like stripes are not flattering for me.
Well, you just haven't found the right one.
Maybe stripes. Maybe what is this, vertical?
Yes, vertical stripes, yeah.
Not horizontal.
Or a little bit of stripe. Maybe it's like a little stripe, crop, and then with the jean shorts. So
okay,
just maybe something small with stripes.
Yeah, do that. And we have stripes on hot. It makes sense.
Yeah, you could do it.
Anything else? What do you think about the coastal cowgirl craze? Is it still going on?
Still huge. Yeah. Still huge. And especially here, I mean, I don't know if it's the same way in Scottsdale, but we have a lot of country concerts. You're right here in the thick of things for that. So
Pasadena, Petco Park.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So we're styling for country concerts all year long. It used to just be Stagecoach.
Yeah.
But now we're finding it's a full year long styling for that.
Country is just taken off and it's huge. And
Yeah.
I think that the entire Western thing is here to stay for a while.
Yeah, and it's so classic and it doesn't go out of style and it's something that we've been built on as Americans. So I think it's such an important
It's Americana.
part of our
it's
DNA.
our history.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that you said that. I always say that.
Yeah.
Always. I love that you said that. Okay. Well, listen, we are here to stay. Western is around forever. What else? What else with fashion?
What else in fashion? Well, I think people are looking at fashion now a little bit more strategically. I think they're doing investment pieces too. So they're looking at things that they can wear all year round. So I think that's big. So we're seeing that. We're seeing people look at things with a different lens, and it's really buy now, wear now.
Yeah.
Too, versus a lot of times people would plan out their buys or they buy ahead of season. But we're really seeing that buy now, wear now, and a lot of things from the early 2000s are coming back to.
I'm seeing that.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of fringe too.
Yeah. Lots of low rise jeans.
Yeah, not like your old school Paris Hilton ones though. It's a little bit less than that, but more like a mid rise.
Yeah, yeah. All the mother jeans are so cute. Love those. Yeah, they're like mid-rise.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, I'm like high-rise.
Did you ever wear the low rise?
I did.
You did?
Okay, so I'm old.
I feel like you're not though.
Okay, but I am. I totally am. Okay. I used to wear like the True Religions, Miss all of them.
All
okay?
of that too. Yep. The
Yes.
suited hardware with like the diamonds and
Oh my god.
that little U patch on the back. Yeah.
Super, super low. And I could never wear those now.
Yeah. I always
Like,
put
I
them
don't know
on, so
how. I mean, same.
couldn't wear them.
I know. I need to like go to the gym hard if I were to ever try and attempt those. I went to the dressing room, tried them on. It was like the cutest pair of mothers, and they were so low. I was like, I used to wear these in high school, like every single day. I could not imagine wearing those now. Like now it's like high rise or nothing.
I think they're flattering. I don't, you know, and I think they are flattering still, but I get it. Not everybody wants to wear it like under your bra. They want to wear it a little bit more like now more like a mid rise. So I feel like a mid rise
are so cute. Love the mid rise. I'm here for the low rise. I'm here for the girls who can rock it.
If you can. I've never been her. She was never me, but you know, it's
You
you go if you can.
You go, girl. Yeah, so what else? What else do you think?
Well, I would think you know, for growing and you know, growing in business, I think the biggest takeaways are again, be yourself,
Yeah.
be organic, find a niche in the market that needs to be solved. You know, you don't see what you have anywhere around here. That's
No.
a fact. There's
So,
nothing
yeah.
like you. And when we met you for the first time, you guys did a
Oh my
pop-up
gosh.
collaboration,
Yeah.
which is also important. I think that's another way to get your name out there is doing collaborations outside of your business and
No,
doing it with
100%.
other partners that align with your customer base.
Yes.
I think that's huge. So
Yeah.
I think doing that, what you guys did, you guys called it the World Tour, I believe.
It
Right?
was, yeah, Rancher World Tour. We went in all over the nation. And we're really scoping spots out. And our pop-ups with you were amazing. We had so much fun and everyone loved it. And we're like, San Diego would be a really good area. So you don't know like what pop-ups can bring you. Like it brought us a new location, right? So you never know. And then also you get to meet amazing people. Like we met you. We grew our brand to San Diego and SoCal, which we didn't have before. Like pop-ups are so important.
Yeah.
It would be everywhere.
And testing the market too.
Yes.
It's a low risk commitment that you can do a
Yes.
pop up with somebody else and test the market, see if it's even for you.
Yeah.
I mean, just a testament to your brand too. We had people drive from LA to come see
Oh, I
you
love
because that was the
that.
closest store that they had. So
Oh my gosh,
that
that makes
was-
me so happy.
that was such a cool experience to see the brand reach that you guys have as
Yeah.
well. And it was a lot of fun. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that your team members didn't stop making hats, I think, for like 7 hours straight.
I know. Like these girls are crazy. They don't take a break. I'm
No.
like, go drink some water.
I tried.
Go
I
have
like
an energy drink.
I'm like, here, you need something to drink. I mean, there was such a line. It was so cool to see.
Thank you. I loved it. We had a blast with you guys. Everyone loved it. We love your branding. I think you're crushing it. Can't wait to do more stuff in the future. We'll have to do some type of fun collaboration for some
Absolutely, I'm so in.
I love that. We should do it. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll connect. We'll have our girls connect. Do you have a social media manager?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I have an everything manager, and she's
too.
amazing. Name's Sydney. Shout out Sydney. So
I
yeah.
love that. We got tons of those. We have a director of everything at Rancher.
Yes.
Because I am overwhelmed.
I bet.
Well, amazing. It was so much fun chatting with you. We have one last thing. This is super fun. It's our unhinged question.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to have Alyssa, my social girly. Can you hand us the cards?
I can't
So,
wait. Should I be scared, or is it? This is fun.
It's so fun. Yeah, usually they're super unhinged. Like, we did some like mild ones for you this time, so don't worry about it.
Okay. Maybe next time I'll do a real unhinged one, and we'll see how that goes.
They're crazy. The girls think about them are insane. I don't know how we come up with these. Okay, so now let you pick one.
Oh no.
They're not bad. It's
Okay.
just, I swear. Theirs are bad, but I wrote these ones. Okay. So, do you want me to read it out?
Yeah, you
Okay.
read it out.
I have bad handwriting right now. Okay, so would you rather sell the worst fashion trends in history? Like the worst, absolute worst things you could ever think of, your stores to be filled with it to the brim. Or you can never have a storefront again.
So all the whole store has to be the worst,
The worst.
but it's selling.
like feather boas.
Okay, I'm not
I don't know.
scared.
I don't know. I don't know if it sells.
It has to sell, but
Yeah.
or never have a storefront again.
Yeah.
See, I'm such a storefront girly.
Me
I'm
too,
like
it's a
that's
hard question.
that's the love of my life is the
I know,
storefront.
me
Even
too.
though I know it's online and everything's going online, I would probably say the worst fashion trends.
I agree with
Because I would have to
that.
have a storefront. And even if I did, I'd make it fun. We'd market it. We'd have a good time
Yeah.
with it.
It's kind of a crazy store.
Yeah,
love that.
There's a customer for everything.
No, there
That's like
is,
there
yeah.
always is. So I mean, yeah, I would have to pick that.
Okay, amazing. I would pick that too.
Okay.
I think the customer, like the storefront, the experience that they get coming in to meet you, coming to see you, that is so much more important. So even if you have like a crazy store with other boas and I don't know, what's a really bad fashion trend?
Gosh, I'm trying to think. I mean, I probably sold them because I've been in business for so long.
Or when they put lights in or like the light up belts.
The lighter
Remember
belts.
those?
Yeah, that would be something.
That would be in your
To
store.
me, the low rise jeans scare me kind of equally. So
I mean,
I'm
yeah.
like, I couldn't do it.
They are getting popular though.
Yeah.
So we gotta-
Yeah, I used to sell like the sparkle bra that would pop out of your shirt. I don't know if you remember
Yes.
that.
Oh my gosh. Totally.
But I still wear it. So
Okay.
I'm not afraid.
Okay,
People
me
come
too.
in and they tell me like, oh, I used to wear that back in the day. I'm like, yeah, I did too, and I'm still wearing it. I don't care. It's on trend. It's fun. Who cares?
It's on trend. Okay, well, you would still have your storefront, so you would still crush it. But it was so nice meeting you,
Nice to meet you
talking with
too.
you. I had a blast. Yeah, can't wait to follow you along. So everybody follow Swirl Boutique. They have the cutest Instagram. They have so many stores, 4 locations in San Diego. Go check them out and go see her entire empire in person. I love that. Are you
Congrats
gonna
to you.
open more?
Yeah, next to you.
Okay.
We're together. We're just doing this together now.
Stores everywhere. I love that. I love that. Swirl and Rancher Hat Bar.
There you go.
But thank you for everything you've said. So sweet.
course.
And you're crushing it. And just, I'm excited for this partnership and relationship.
It's only from here, so it's going to be
Yeah.
amazing. Congrats to you again on your
Thank
beautiful new location. Everybody needs to check it out.
San
It's
Diego.
So cute. I got a
So
preview.
cute.
Yeah, it's right by the beach. If you guys want to
Right
walk
across
to
the
the
street.
beach, it's amazing. So
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you so much.
you're welcome.
Thanks.